Very good evening to you, gang. It's Sunday night. Welcome along. Sunday the, what is it? We're September, aren't we? Sunday the 5th of September 2021. A very good evening to you and welcome to tonight's United Kingdom talk coming to you from the Chapel Hill Marina in Lincolnshire. And like 10 seconds before we're due on, I suddenly realised I couldn't hear the music. I couldn't hear anything. I don't know what I did actually. I just kept pushing buttons until it came on. Do you know, when I come, I'm up at a luxury waterside media centre for a few days, boys and girls. And whenever I come up here, something is not working. Why is that? Whenever I come up here, even the computer, the broadcast computer, had trouble getting going, and I did some updates and things, and then it wouldn't start. I went, oh, here we go again. Every time I come up here, something else is not working, and you have to fix it. Two things. One, the computer, and I couldn't hear any sound earlier. You know, here in the afternoon, I'm here just checking everything's all right. And then when you come in, oh, I didn't check the sound, and guess what doesn't work? But never mind, that's the way it is. Lots of dead plants up here, of course, because I haven't been here for weeks. Oh, interesting enough, my spider plants. Spider, burning bright. Incy wincy spider crawling up the wall. Yes, my spider plants survived. And they were absolutely bone dry. So I just assume that they're good plants perhaps to have if you're experiencing a drought or something like that. Let me just push. I'm a little bit quiet, aren't I? Let me just push myself up a little bit. There we are. Is that better? There we go. Oh, it's too much now, isn't it? Too much. It's very difficult getting it exactly right to how it sounds to you. Yes, the spider plants did very well. I got in last night and I was sitting on the toilet, and then a very small spider ran across the floor. And the choice was get off the toilet where it hasn't dropped out yet, and run to the spider or leave the spider. And you may be pleased to know that I left the spider, except couldn't find it afterwards. I missed my opportunity. So I may not be here after tonight. Okay, this could be it now. Tonight I might go to bed and I could be eaten by a spider, which is very, very bad news. You know, for you anyway, darling. I mean, I'm sure there's a better place up there, my loves, which I'll be called to at some point. You never know when. Might be tomorrow. But it could be helped along by a spider that I managed to miss yesterday. Very, very dangerous. If you'd like to join in the show, please feel free, gang. If you're in the chat box trying to talk to me or on the, on the YouTube chat box, I'm afraid I'm not in the chat box, okay? It's too busy in there. If you'd like to join in the show, please send a text to 07451 287 337. That's on it. 07451 287 337. Or you can send an email. There's my email address there, Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I haven't even checked myself. Am I looking all right? Am I looking spick and span this morning? I do hope so. All right. I got new neighbours next door as well, although they're not there at the moment. I've got new caravan neighbours because the lovely Jeff and his delightful wife sold up just a few weeks ago now. So I have got new neighbours next door. I haven't met them yet. They're not there at the moment. Maybe they'll be there this week. Right? So I've got new caravan neighbours. Told you about the spiders. We did 2 karaokes at the weekend, both at Central Station Bar, of course. Fantastic nights, both of them. Very different. It's always strange when you sort of do the same thing at a venue, at the same venue on 2 different nights, and you get like a completely different feeling for both of them. Do you know what I mean? Odd, really. But last night, it was so nice to see girls, Kelly Kim and Laura, and their friend Sophie as well. I haven't seen Kelly Kim and Laura for a year and a half, 2 years. And I've watched these 2 girls grow up from young girls into beautiful women now. And one of them, Kelly Kim, she got married only the week before last. I think it was either last week or the week before. Yes, it was the last Friday. Not yesterday. The Friday before. Not yesterday. What was yesterday? No, not 2 days ago. The Friday before, she just got married. You know, she got married. As you know, those of you that were playing the quiz about a year or so ago now, she had a baby while the quiz was on. Not actually while the quiz was on. You know, while we were doing the quiz, they've already got a little boy called Leo, who's doing very, very well. And it was the first time she'd ever left Leo, you know, with Dad. Yeah, she was a little bit nervous about that, but that all worked out pretty well. So, you know, Kelly Kim, it amazes me actually how Kelly Kim, she got married, go from like take Jimmy, my nephew Jimmy. you know, from this little thing like that used to wait up for me when I used to come over to my sister's house on Christmas Eves. I used to DJ at a place in Hemel Hempstead. Then I'd get in the car, I don't know, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I can't remember what time, I think it was 12 o'clock now. 12 o'clock at night, I'd jump in the car and come all the way up to Woodhall Spa. This is before I purchased the luxury Waterside Media Centre, in which this programme is coming to from this evening, gang. I used to stay at my sister's house, and I'd get there at 2 or 3 in the morning, and little Jimmy, you know, 10 years old, was sprawled out on the settee where he'd waited up to say hello to me and fallen asleep. Now he's having his own. Him and his girlfriend are having their own baby in weeks now. She's enormous. I'm not sure if it's the babies or the McDonald's, to be honest. So they're very excited. You know, my sister's very happy. She's got 2 dogs now. It's wonderful, wonderful. And I love to see people growing up like this, which of course you only see when you've got older, because you don't see it when you're young. Well, it hasn't happened, does it, yet? I just love to see it. And the people that used to come in Belushi's, now and again, I bump into one of them. And they were like, the boys, for example, a bit rowdy in there and getting drunk. And now they got wives and babies. Hello, Chris, how are you? And they're so much quieter, aren't they? That's what the girls do, boys. They make you quiet. As you know, Mark Bowles hardly says a word. So quiet. Anyway, that's how it is. So wonderful there. Great karaoke's there. And we had Dan Woodhouse turn up last night, completely unannounced. So that was rather wonderful. What did he sing? Oh, gosh. Can't remember what songs he sang now. Oh, he did Saturday Night by Wigfield. I'm not sure. I know he'll be with us tonight. I'm not sure you got the dance right, Dan. But good effort. Good effort. And Dan, he came in, bless his heart, sat on a table. Honestly, he was sitting there eating 2 large bags of plain crisps, or ready salted, whatever you want to call them. And while he was eating the first bag, I said, why don't you get yourself some chips? I said, I'm mucking around with crisps. Go and get a nice big bowl of chips. And they're delicious. I had one last night myself. They're so nice, their chips there, all double jabbed chips, or whatever they're called. Double fried, double jabbed chips. double jabbed chips I had. Anyway, little did I know that the crisps were there for while he was waiting for his dinner. So he literally finished 2 bags of crisps, and then this dinner come down the stairs. Great big burger, chips, and the biggest blooming gherkin you've ever seen in your entire life. Did you order the gherkin, or is that how it comes? I wouldn't be very pleased getting a blooming gherkin like that. Anyway, it was nice to see Dan. He may or may not call in a little bit later. Now, can you see anything in here that is of interest? You see anything in here? Look. My nephew fixed my clock. This is the older nephew, Gary. He's fixed my clock. Total cost, about a £5 to replace the clock part of it. I'm so pleased, because these are very expensive to buy. I didn't know anyone would be able to fix it. It basically stopped. The little clock stopped. It's unusual, really. I've only had that, I suppose I've had that about 4 or 5 years now. I've got other battery-operated clocks that, believe me, I've got 2 battery-operated clocks. There's a chiming one in the living room, which sometimes gets the chime wrong. I don't know how that happens. But it still works. And I've also got this other radio-controlled clock, which is a plastic clock. That still works by Juggums or something. Juggums. They're quite well-known clock people. And both of those clocks are, I kid you not, are about 27 years old. And they still work perfectly all right. This one only lasted 4 years. But Gary's fixed it, so I'm well pleased about that. He got his £6. Not only that, little Evie, she sung some jingle. Her and her mum sung a jingle for me, didn't they? I've got some more work for them to do. Yes, there's more jingles to be made. And she quite happily accepted her £5 wages as given by Vera. Not sure if Vera's with us. I'll check the text in a minute. She accepted her £5 wages from Vera. Literally snatched it out my hand when this is for you. Bang! I didn't even get to the end of the sentence. She grabbed it. The money was gone. And then demanded £1 interest because I'd been holding on to it. So I had to give her £6 instead of £5. It's outrageous, isn't it? So she's got her £5 there, and that's all well and happy. I must say, with karaoke and in general life, I do like characters. You know, I do like characters. Some of them are blooming annoying, but nevertheless, I like characters. And we had one in last night, which I'm sure you saw if you saw our live karaoke stream, in the form of David, who's just jumping up and down all over the stage. But the one blooming thing that really gets on my goat when we're doing karaoke is people that whoop into the microphone. It's painful on the ears. Woo, woo, like that all the time. Oh, please stop doing that. And they don't do it once. They do it like in between every line. So, you know, if it was an ABBA song, for example, you can dance, woo, woo, you can dance, woo, woo, having the time of my life, woo, woo, and on and on. And it's so loud and painful. And on his last song, I got used to him. And I watched his mouth carefully and I let him sing the line. Then I pushed the mute button. So you could sing, go, but you couldn't hear the woo, woo. I sussed it. And then I let the mute button go and he sang the next line. As soon as the line's finished, I pushed the mute button because I know he's going to do it again. And then the moment the whole song is finished, I push the mute button because again, that's when it woo, 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 like that. It's like Toby. Toby, there's a wonderful character there for you, isn't there? Toby comes up and sings, and he sings a song. You know, he's a karaoke singer, the same as me. It's not bad at all, actually, as it happens. And then at the end of the song, he starts screaming into that mic. It's so loud, I have to cut the microphone. Why do they do that? But we love characters. We have so many characters come in there. Toby, we've got David. He doesn't come very often, David, as you know. Maureen is a character. Maureen is a character, absolutely. Ray Reynolds is a character. You know, I love characters, really do. That's what we want in the pubs, more characters. All righty, let's read some of your messages this evening. We'll be doing, oh, do you know what did I do with the raffle tickets? Did I bring them in? I didn't bring them in. What have I done? Just a minute, let me go to the other room and see if I must have them somewhere. I think I've left them in the car. I've left my little thing in the car. Just a minute. Let me go and get that. Otherwise, we won't be able to do the tickets later, will we? I've got them now. Nearly forgot that. Once I've started something, I like to keep it going. You know what I mean? I'll put that there. Now, listen. I've just put my keys here. Who's bloody ringing? It's not time to call in yet. I didn't say call in yet. Wait till the phone lines are open if you don't mind. Blooming cheek. Lines are not open yet, dear. Yeah, I've got my raffle tickets now. Here we go. Here's the raffle tickets. Good. And we'll do those a little bit later on. Yes, if I say to you later on, or I put a post on Facebook, does anyone know where my keys are? Can you tell me they're in the Luxury Media Centre in Studio 1A, next to the right-hand computer? Okay, because I'm likely to lose these now, because I've put them in a different place to what I normally put them in. Do you lose your keys very often? You can get those little things now, can't you? Are they called tiles or something? These are, I think they're from Apple. I suppose some of the other people do it as well. But you put them on here, I think, this little thing. And then you can go on your iPhone and bring up a map and it tells you exactly where you've put them. It's a good idea, isn't it? I don't know how much they are. Anyway, let's read some of your messages then. Good evening to Diane Jebb. Evening, Diane. Hope you're well, Diane. And good evening to George Bonds. Shania Steele is in the house. She's back on the radio. Shania and her dad are back on the radio. Excellent news. Evening to Jason Hughes. Hello to Gary Ross, who says good to see Daniel at the pub last night. Yeah, it certainly was, wasn't it? It was good. Good evening to Matt Van. Evening, Matt. Wants to talk more about Uber Eats and Just Delivery later on. And Charlie Ray is in the house. Good evening, Charlie. We're all together on this Sunday night. Not too many with us this evening, is there? Good. Excellent news. If I can just do you the little like thing on the YouTube thing. If you just hit the little like thing underneath that, the new ABBA songs. What are you thinking of the new ABBA songs? I've got to say, I really like them. I was always a little bit of a fan of ABBA. As you know, they made the big announcement on Friday that they have a new album, and I said that to you, didn't I? I said I thought it was going to be an album. The album's going to be called Voids, and you can register to receive your copy early. I think it is in November. Only thing is, I haven't really got anything to play a CD on anymore. I don't have a CD player. I moved over completely to computer music some time ago. So it's all very well me ordering an album, but what would I do with that? You know what I mean? Downloads here. Downloads is the way to go. And I would like to have gone to the concert that they've got, this virtual concert thing that they mentioned on the thing. And while I was at work, I think it was Friday night. I was doing this. While I was at work Friday night, I'm trying to go into this. I've got a really bad record about buying tickets for shows. I'm not very good at it. Really not very good at it. I find it extremely complicated to buy tickets for shows. Seriously, I do. Can't do it. And while I was at work, I thought, well, to be first in line for the tickets, you had to have registered to buy the album. So I'm thinking downloads. And somewhere on the site, on this Voyage site, I've clicked register for album or buy album or something like that. And I thought, well, I suppose I'll have to just buy the CD anyway. So I'm clicking this. And then I saw a Spotify link within this sort of website that I thought was to buy the tickets early. So I've clicked on the Spotify link, and then it said, is it Universal Music or someone? I don't know. You agree to let Universal Music see your playlists and your music and to change stuff on Spotify. And I'm thinking, I don't want to give anyone permission to change my stuff on Spotify. Do you know what I mean? I thought, what's all that about? And anyway, after searching, and I thought, well, I've just got to click this. Seems to be the only way to do it. So I clicked the Spotify thing, and some other message came up, and I thought, okay, well, maybe I've done it now. Maybe I've done it now. Anyway, so that's that, and I went back, but I didn't receive an email or anything from the ABBA people. I thought, oh, well, shouldn't I have received an email saying, thank you for registering, you may now apply for tickets on Saturday or something like that? And I thought, well, maybe it's too early, So Saturday morning, I'm up and about, and time went a bit quickly on Saturday morning, to be honest. And by the time I got back, it was about 12:30, and I think it had a 12 o'clock cut-off point or something like that. And I went back onto my emails, and again, there was no email from the ABBA people. And I thought, oh, I've done this wrong, and then I thought maybe I'll buy an album. Then I remembered, well, the cut-off point was 12 o'clock to register, and you've obviously not done it right. And I thought, oh, I can't be bothered. So I can't be bothered. I find it really complicated to book stuff on the internet. I mean, the swimming pool was another thing, weren't it? Admittedly, the swimming pool that I go to in Bracknell, they have an app. And that works quite well. I've sussed out how to do it on the app, and you bring up all these dates, and you just click the one you want to go swimming, and it's done. On the internet, on a computer, very complicated. Can't do it. So I may end up not actually going to that show. I can't be bothered to do it. Honestly, it gets on my bleeding nerves trying to book stuff. But what do you think of? Have you managed to buy tickets or register for tickets or register for an album or something like that? I must say, ABBA have done very well with the whole social media thing, haven't they? They're all over it. Advertising hoardings as you go down and you sit in the Euston Underpass for about half an hour. They're on TikTok. They're on Facebook. They're all over it. So whoever's doing their advertising has absolutely got it on the now. They must have spent ages arranging all this to come together. And of course, they did a live YouTube show which you may have seen. It's on YouTube now as a recording of their big announcement, part of which had the most annoying hosts ever. There was this awful woman in Sweden. Oh, God, it was awful. It was a bit... The show itself, it was a bit lumpy, and what they did was they got fans in different countries and hosts, right? And they were doing a little bit of talking and that. But it would finish, and then it was a bit lumpy, but it kind of worked. But the hosts, where on earth did they find those awful hosts? If the woman in Sweden wasn't bad enough, when a drag queen somewhere, she weren't too bad. I think she was in New York. But who did we have? Who do you think we had? Zoe Ball. Awful. Awful. She was just all over it. Like that. Fake happiness. Or she just couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. And she was talking about ABBA and how many hit singles they have. And I don't know if you noticed, but Benny and Bjorg was there, right? I think Benny's the one with the beard, isn't he? The bigger lad. Benny, he's sitting there while she's giving it all this, and his eyes were rolling, and she said something about how many singles they've had, and he looked up like that, as if to say, that's not right. So she clearly had got it wrong, and it's all written down in front of her, so God knows why she can't get it right. She was dreadful, Zoe Ball, absolutely dreadful. Who would I like to have seen that? Well, I don't know, really, to be honest. I don't rate a lot of people on the telly anymore. I think they're just useless. I really do. Unless they got an auto cue in front of them. Like bloody robots just reading away at the auto cue. No actual personality themselves. It's awful. Did you see the ABBA thing? Perhaps you think differently. What I think of Zoe Ball there hosting that awful programme. What do you think? Let us know. Text in 0745128. I tell you what, we'll open the phone line now. We're talking about Zoe Ball and ABBA at the moment, okay? There we are. Open the phone line there. 0208 144 3477 is my local London number if you want to call me, gang. We're talking about ABBA, whether or not you saw the thing. But of course, the two songs, I Still Have Faith in You. They released two at the same time. I Still Have Faith in You and also Don't Shut Me Down. Out of the two, I Still Have Faith in You. That's the ballad, okay? And the other one is slightly more upbeat. I wouldn't say it's a fast song. One of our lovely, delightful researchers, Vera, was saying the other day, you would have thought they let something more upbeat go. And I can't even hear what she's saying there. It's not that upbeat, but it is a bit upbeat, if you see what it's not too fast. But out of the two, my favourite is Don't Shut Me Down. I really like it. And when they start singing, you don't need to be told that they're ABBA. You hear those voices as they have always been. It's unmistakably ABBA with a slightly, very, very slightly updated sound. It's very, very good indeed. Very good indeed. So I like the two songs. Have you heard them? And if so, which one do you prefer? 0208 144 3477, or you can text in your reply 07451 287 337. You can also send an email if you want to. The email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Good evening to Lee Toby. Hello, Lee. Nice to have you back. I know who to call if I need the garden doing. You can even use my nice petrol mower. Don't ever give me a petrol mower. I'm likely to blow it up. I bet if I ever used a petrol mower, I'd blow the damn thing up. No, I've got to have a button. I can't be bothered with pouring stuff in and pulling a bit of string. I'll push a button, it comes on. That's it. Thank you very much. I don't mind me giving it a little wiggle. What's that song, Wiggle Wiggle? There's a song in there called Wiggle Wiggle. Wiggle Wiggle. Do you reckon Mark Bowles has got a bit of a wiggle? I reckon he has as he walks. Oh, there he is. Good evening, Mark. Hello, sweet cheeks. Any chance of it? Of course. Any time, Mark. Just turn up any time, my darling. Hello to Mick Davenport, who says, good evening, Chris. We're at Haven Golden Sands in Mablethorpe tomorrow for a week. We're going to the Trawler's Catch. You'll love it there, Mick. You won't go hungry after a little meal in the Trawler's Catch. There are stairs. Are you all right with stairs? I think one of you is stabled, isn't it? There are stairs going up into it. I must warn you that, okay? So be prepared for a few. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No, it's not. It's a slope. It's a slope. You know, you could get up there with a wheelchair if someone would have to push. Unless you've got one of those posh electric things. Electric wheelchairs. It's all the rage, dear. All the rage. Hope you have a nice time at the Trawler's Catch. Good evening to Simon. Evening, Simon. Hello to you, Simon. Good idea about having to put a little tile on your keyring. Yes. Yeah, you put this... they're only small, apparently. Little square things. How does that work, then? How did a little thing like that? Very powerful. I mean, you wouldn't want something, you know, showing out radiation, you know, interrupting your testicles, would you? You know, right deep down in your pocket. That's a bit worrying, isn't it? All that radiation coming out from the tile. Well, it must be sending something out, mustn't it? I don't know how it works. Anyway, Simon says, good idea about having a tile to put on your keyring so you don't lose your keys. What happens if you lose your phone as well? I'm always losing my phone normally when it's out of charge and I can't ring you. Well, I suppose you could stick one to your phone as well, couldn't you? And then log on to a computer or something like that and it'll tell you where it is. You know, probably stolen by Shania or Callum so that they don't have to pay on their bill. Well, just use Dad's phone. He won't know. Yes, he will if he checks the numbers that are dialed out, dear. God's sake. Thank you very much, Simon. Shania says, I got fed up with the build-up at the beginning of it. Yeah, me too, Shania. Me too. Yeah, I got fed up with that. She's talking about the ABBA thing. It did go on. It went on and on. But that Zoe Ball was dreadful. Dreadful. I'm trying to think who would have been a good person to have done that. See, Roman Kemp, now he does a lot of interviews on the radio, but radio and television are very different. You know, just because you're good on one thing doesn't mean you're good on the other. Unless, of course, you run like Heart or Capital, where you see someone on the telly and give them a radio show. They're not particularly good at it. Yeah, it did go on a bit as well. Good evening to John Parrish, who said it looked busy at the karaoke. Yes, it was a good night. It was a very, very good night there, John. Thank you very much. Mark's been to darts, and he's more drunk than his nan's mattress. Or let me change that word. He's more... No, I'll just say it. He's more pissed than his nan's mattress. Oh, don't you tell... Is your nan still around? Don't you tell her that. I'm going to tell her you said that. She will smack your bottom. I might have a little go at that myself as well, actually, Mark. Thank you very much. Sherry's there. Hello to Sherry. She's feeling a lot better now. She's not been very well at all, have you, Sherry, darling? Poor Sherry, not well. 0208 144 3477 if you'd like to join in at any point tonight, gang. Let's have a look here. Is there a camera in your hotel room? Oh, yes. Yes. We've seen stories in the past, haven't we, actually, about landlords having cameras in their tenants' houses. Dreadful. Dreadful. Well, the Sun is reporting you might have it in a hotel. You ever stayed in a hotel? What sort of hotels do you stay in? There's one of the blokes who sings at the karaoke. His name was Phil. You would have seen him only once on Friday night. He got there quite late. He's got a bit of cash, and he likes to travel. And the amazing hotel rooms that he puts up pictures and the meals that he has and all that business is just fantastic. What he does, I tell you. He's a nice bloke. I wonder if... And he stays at, you know, like Claridge's, places like that. And they send you a picture of it, all the room and that. Isn't it wonderful? Money is no object. You can do anything you want at all, you know. A bit like me, really. Here we are at a luxury waterside media centre here. Right? Money is no object, you know. Wonderful here. And if I just switched... If I just switch to another camera, you see the actual reality of it all. Toilet and bathroom just from there. Kitchen. Oh, talking of caravan, my gas. I came, because I haven't been up here for about 5 weeks up at the caravan here, and so one of the first things I do, I turn the gas on. I make a cup of tea anyway. So I've put the hot water on, and I can hear the boiler click, 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 click. But of course, it's been off so long that there's air probably in the tube somewhere. Click, 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 click. It's going like that. It is. Oh Christ, that's not working, is it now? And so I then went in the bathroom and turned the hot water in there. Click, 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 click. And just suddenly there was a bang. And the boiler, the water heater door flew open. So I don't know what that was. Literally, the door flew open like that. And it still didn't come on. So what I had to do, and I remembered what the plumber told me last time he serviced the boiler. It's not a boiler, it's a water heater. Last time he serviced the water heater was, if you go away a long time and it won't come on, he said, do it by turning the cooker on. Turn the gas on the cooker and pull the gas through like that. So you turn the cooker on, you keep your finger on it. It took about 10 seconds altogether, I think. And after 10 seconds, a flame appeared. And then when I turned the water on, it went click, click, like that. And it burst into life. And hot water was provided again. Because I do like to have a shower when I come home from work. I always have a shower now to remove any coronavirus particles from me that may have stuck to me from dirty people who haven't washed. There's a few of them watching this show tonight, I think, isn't there? Have you washed today? God's sake, man. So I like to have a shower. And that all worked. Why did the door suddenly bow open? It went, and this door flew open. I nearly blew myself up last night. Never mind. Anyway, cameras. Cameras in hotel rooms. An expert has revealed the sneaky ways people can hide cameras in hotel rooms and how you can spot them. Yeah. People are hiding cameras now in hotel rooms. You see, the thing is, if I knew that and I was in a hotel room, I'd give them a show. Do you know what I mean? I'd give them a proper show so that they can delight in a free version of my OnlyFans account. You know, I see they've soon changed their tunes. The OnlyFans people that own OnlyFans, haven't they? They've changed their tune. They said you won't be able to upload any more naughty photos or videos. Well, everyone was going to leave. Just shows you, doesn't it? Just shows you. Pathetic, these people. Anyway. An expert has revealed the sneaky ways people can hide cameras in hotel rooms and how you can spot them. TikTok user Marcus Hutchins, who just ABBA's on TikTok, describes himself as an ex-hacker. I wonder why he gave it up. Why would you give up hacking? Isn't that a pleasurable thing to do, hacking? Do you like doing something like that? Would you like to do some hacking? Go on, try and hack me now. See if you can hack me. Who's going to try and hack me? You'll never guess the password. It's all letters and numbers and symbols. I don't use a word and a couple of numbers for any of my stuff. I used to have the same word all the time. What was it? Basil 627, I think it was. Basil 627 used to be my password for everything. I just put that in. And then as time went on, you know, people say, oh, you need a different password for everything. And then, oh, you shouldn't use a word or a name or something like that. So it literally would be something like, I don't know, O, capital O, small o, capital O, capital A, little b, 6, pound sign, 2, 9. That's how my passwords are now. They're all like that. And everyone is different. And they tell you to do that. And if you can't remember, you don't need to know how to remember them. You know, get yourself a little book. Get yourself a little book and write them down. And don't say to me, oh, you can store them in the cloud or something like that. What if someone hacks into that? Huh? Ever thought of that? Oh, no one can hack into that. Well, if you didn't think anyone could hack into it, well, why have you sent your stuff up in a secure thing, you know? Anything can be hacked. You can't hack a little book. It might be stolen from you, but it won't fail to load when you push the on button. You could lose a book. I mean, if you were that worried about it, have 2 books. Put one there and one somewhere else. Someone you trust. Not me. Oh, I'd be straight for your password book. Thank you very much. I would. Especially Mark Bowles. I like to see the sort of internet sites that he signs up to. Yes. Just a little book. Put all your passwords in there like that. But you want to have a different password for every single little thing. Everything. I mean, I wonder how many saddos are at this moment now gone onto various websites and put my email address in and I put in Basil, what was it? Basil 627. Basil 6. I bet you're putting in you're trying it now, aren't you? I bet you are. I bet you've gone straight on YouTube and you're trying it now. Dear me. I just told you I changed them all. But there are hotel cameras. Watch out. He's an ex-hacker, this TikTok user. Teaches cybersecurity. Cybermen security. That's what we want. A Cyberman outside my properties, dear. Protecting us all from the Daleks. We are the Daleks. You will obey. Yeah. He said you should shine a torch around a room after you check in. Now, why a torch? Well, it says Marcus, who posts under @malwaretech, explained the first thing you are going to want to do is look for devices that are conveniently placed where a creeper would want to look. How many creepers? There's one on here. There's absolutely a creeper. I'm convinced of it. No, horses wouldn't drag. It's sealed. They are sealed permanently, and you will not know the name of the person who I think is creepy on here. There is someone who's very creepy on this channel. Are you a creeper? Who's creeping? Take this fire alarm, for instance, he says, which is placed right above the bed. Here's Matt Van. Let's say hello to Matt. Good evening to you, Matt. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, Chris. Is the creeper by any chance Mark Bowles?
Mark Bowles is not... I should cut you off for that remark. No, absolutely not. Don't you ever say anything about my Mark Bowles. How rude are you? No, we can't give out a name, I'm afraid. We can't give out a name. Are you a creepy person, are you, Matt? You'd come across as a bit creepy, to be honest.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No, I think you are a bit creepy, aren't you?
No, I'm sweet and innocent.
What tends to happen is when you have subjects like this, it's brought up, and people who are creepy tend to deflect it onto someone else. You know what I mean, lovey?
That's the thing,
you're
though,
kind of
isn't
doing
it?
that now, and I'm a bit worried. I might be a little bit creepy. I might have to send your number in to the authorities, to be honest.
You wouldn't dare doing that.
Matt, you haven't been to my karaoke. Why is that, darling? Could you send a note from your whoever looks after you?
No, I don't want to get the coronavirus, especially off
Coronavirus? Well, have you been double vaccinated?
Yeah, I have. I've had.
Well, keep
both.
away from people. Do you know, the hardest thing is not being double vaccinated or putting a mask on or washing your hands, right? The hardest thing is these bastards who keep stepping forward when you step back. Do you know what I mean? You know, like you're having a conversation with someone, and it happens to me all the time, and they take a step forward, and you take a step back. And then they take another step forward, and you take another step back, and eventually you're at the wall. And then I shout, could you move back, please? Oh, I can't bear it. I can't stand it. Yes.
Exactly. People do that all the time, though. How many times I've said to people, would you mind stepping back and giving me space?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not just coronavirus. You know, a lot of people have got bad breath.
Exactly.
A lot of people have got bad breath. And I don't want to breathe their fumes deep down into my sparkling clean lungs.
It's the same as well with body odour. That's another one, isn't it?
Oh, tell me about it. Have you bought any deodorant recently?
You cheeky person. I've always got body deodorant, thank you very much.
Oh, I don't like deodorant on people, no. When Mark Bowles eventually comes round to see me, I hope he won't be smelling of those very feminine little smells and blue orchid and all this business that they spray underneath their arms, dear. Oh, it's not a nice experience, dear.
Well, your fancy piece has sent you a £2 super chat.
He hasn't, has he really? Oh,
Yep.
I missed that. Why has he sent me Why are you sending me money, Mark? Oh, he hasn't. Oh, look. Oh,
yeah,
bless his heart.
£2 for last night.
Eh?
£2 tip for last night.
Let's have a look what he's done here. £2, just a tip for last night. Oh, thank you, Mark. Why can't I find my... Oh, hang on a minute. Something's gone wrong here, darling. Where's my music gone? Where's all my
Someone's
music gone?
Someone's hacked you. That's
My
what
music's
it is.
disappeared. Oh, don't say my music's gone. Where's that gone? I can't play the Super Chat music.
Someone's hacked your account. That's what it is.
I've been hacked. I know I shouldn't have said anything. Hang on, let's see what this is. Does this work? Nothing's working. Oh no, I can't play any music. Well, I hope that's sorted before tomorrow.
Well,
the hard drive is connected. Oh, have I plugged it into the wrong computer? Hang on, I don't know which one. I don't know what I'm doing here, dear. I haven't got a clue what's going on in here today.
Well, there's a couple of people we could put it down to, naming no names.
Have we got hackers here? I want to thank Mark Bowles personally for his £2. Hang on. Let's plug that in again and see what happens. I plugged it into the wrong bloody computer. That's why I can't find the music. What a dickhead. Hang on.
Gary Ross has just admitted that he's a creep at times as well.
Gary Ross isn't a creep. He ain't a creep. I'm telling you now, Gary Ross is not a creep. Oh, now it says this folder is empty. Well, it can't be. Oh, no, there it is. Hang on. Just a minute. Let's fire it up now. I think I've got the hard drive plugged into the wrong damn computer. Oh, hang on. There we are. Everything's working now. Fabulous.
Hey,
it's all working. There you go. Thank you very much, Mark Bowles, for your £2 tip. Thank you very much, Tom. So nice to me.
Anyway, from what we were saying last time, I was reading on the comments of when I came off, and someone put up about Uber Eats getting.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to hold you down a moment. Someone has now sent not a £5 super chat.
£5, cool.
£7 tonight. Who says, looking forward to meeting you tomorrow. Brace yourself, my friend. Mick Smurrers. It's Tuesday, Mick. Do you mean Tuesday, Mick? I think you mean Tuesday, don't you? Do you mean Tuesday? Mick Smurrers is in the house. He says, brace yourself. What are you saying that I need to hold on to something then, or what is that? Huh? Little ropes, something like that. Thank you, Mick. It's much appreciated. Anyone who sends little tips, sometimes people send like £1, something like that. I am grateful for that. It's very kind of you to do such a thing. All right, Mick. So we'll see you then. Anyway, carry on, Matt. Tell us. Do you mind if I have a mint while I'm listening to your boring voice?
Oh, you can have a mint, but as long as you pass one down for myself as well. I want a mint as well.
You know, like these little mints, great niece Evie, she loves them. I FaceTime great niece Evie while I'm eating these mints, and it gets on her nerves, that does.
Right, anyway, coming back to what we were saying, someone put a comment up last week or a week before when we was talking about Uber Eats, and they mentioned about the tips when people tip you, and what actually happens in regards to that.
Right.
So all what will happen is if someone gives you a tip, say for example someone gives you a £1.50 for argument's sake tip.
Is that a sort of normal tip for you to get, about £1.50, something like that?
£1.50. It ranges between 70. Lowest it's been is 79p.
Right.
And it will go up. The highest I've had is probably about £4.
Oh, that's not a bad tip, is it? £4?
No, and that's for a lot, like just a mile distance. So
right.
£4 tip, yes please, I'll have that. But what will happen is Uber will automatically see who was that person that delivered it, and that will automatically go on to the actual outgoings of what you actually earned from the night. So, say for example, you earn for one night £50.
Yeah.
Right, but in between that, you get tips on top.
Okay.
So that £50, for example, sake, as I said, £1.50 on top of it, off of that, on top of the 50. So it'd be £51.50 that you'll get just for that night's work.
So you get the money. What you're saying is you get the money. If I could just fill people in who don't know this, who am I talking to? Matt. Matt is an Uber Eats delivery type person. Not in a car. He's got a bike and he cycles. Is it 50 mile a day? You reckon, don't you?
50 miles a day.
He does about 50 mile a day. He works 6 nights and days a week, about 9 hours a day, and gets about 200 quid for that. That's all.
Yeah. So it varies. Like today, I've literally just had a day off today.
Right.
I've just rested my legs. My legs were shot.
Oh, do you need a little leg massage?
Oh, I need more than a leg massage.
Do you really, my darling? I'm just going to have a little break here again, darling. Can you believe I've just got another super chat tonight?
Oh, yeah.
We're in the money. We're in the money. Ba, 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 ba. Money, money, money. Must be funny. In a rich...
Money,
that could be a new
always sunny.
That could be a new feature to the show where I sing a song a cappella for money. What do you think? Would that work? Is that like an audience grabber? That sort of thing?
No.
Gary Ross has sent me a £6 super chat. He says, can I be a creep for the rest of the show or a tea break will do? Gary Ross is our resident creep for tonight, gang. Creep Gary Ross is in the house.
I thought that was going to be probably Mark Jones, but there you go.
Creep. Actually, Matt, creep. Is that one of the new genders that the BBC keep going on about? You know, because they say there's like 100 genders. So maybe creep is one of those people. And Gary Ross is now identifying as a creep.
Mark Jones has just sent you a 79p super chat.
Mark
All this
Jones,
money you're getting.
It's pouring in tonight, dear. Pouring in. Thank you, Mark. But Mark Jones, he's not a rich person, Mark Jones. You see, I know, Mark, that 79 pence has cost him at McDonald's. He's going to have the standard meal now and not the large one. He'll have to. Isn't that kind? He's dropped down to a standard meal so that he can send me that 79 pence. That's what I like to see.
That 79p would just cost him a double cheeseburger.
So what I like to see is people who are willing to go starving and searching in their pockets for just those few coins that are left to send me. How kind is that? I mean, you can't wish for better fans than that, darling. I mean, who's the little gay with the beard? What's his name again? Graham Norton. You know.
Oh, don't even get me started.
He may well be on.
Don't get me started on Graham Norton.
He may well be on £10,000 per show, but let me tell you, Mark, Mick, Mark, and Gary, your few pounds are worth much more to me than the 10 grand or whatever they get per show. Yours is worth more. Thank you.
Yeah.
From the bottom of my bum. Heart. Sorry. Anyway, carry on.
Well, I've lost where I was.
You were just about to go off about Graham Norton, darling.
Yeah, don't even get me started on Graham Norton.
Why is that? Did he reject you?
No, he winds me up. It's just his personality. It winds me up. It's
Not your
like
cup of tea. Okay.
you were saying with this whoop, 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 whoop between each song there, each line. No, his voice just gets on my nerves.
Okay. I don't mind him, actually. Graham Norton is perhaps, for me, I think one of the talented people on the telly. You see, I've got no time for untalented people. I really don't like untalented, fake people. I really don't. And I don't think he's fake. I think he's very talented, Graham Norton. But, you know, that we don't all like the same thing. You know, can you believe there are people out there who like Ryan and Clark? I can't believe it. There are.
The one that I reckon that's talented on the TV is Gok One.
Who?
Gok One.
Oh, Gok One, dear. Oh, have you seen a picture of her recently, dear? Oh, she's put some weight on, dear. Jesus Christ. I think she's moved into Kentucky Fried Chicken. She's moved in there. Oh, her glasses are now smaller than her face. You know, she's put on some.
You know that person.
Huh?
You know that person you mentioned about the ABBA.
About ABBA,
And
yes.
And you mentioned about that person that could do a better job. What was her
Zoe
name?
Ball. Zoe Ball.
Yes. How about Gemma Collins then?
No, dear. Even worse. Oh, are you for real? Are you for real? I don't know.
Collins.
I don't know who we've got now to sort of host such an event.
I reckon Gemma Collins would do it.
Of course she'd do it. If you offer her money, she'd do it. It's the same as the Beckhams. If you offer them enough money, they will do it. It's all about money to them. That's what it is.
True, but isn't everything these days down to money?
No, because I wouldn't be sitting here doing this if it was, would I?
Oh dear.
People are very surprised. How much do you get for the karaoke, Chris? They're very surprised how low it is. But that was my choice because the pub was in trouble. So I went back in at just over half of what I was being paid in for. So but number one, I wanted the job. And of course, they could have someone that perhaps they wouldn't have been able to afford. And I'm in there 2 nights now, basically because I'm about a third the price of a drag queen. And that's why I'm there Saturday as well. And I know that.
Okay, I do I'll put that as 25 quid an hour, then you're on.
25, but it's not. You're not far off. You're not far off, to be honest. You're not far off. You'd be very surprised. I won't say the exact amount. But yes, and that's why. But the funny thing is, it's working better than it did with Cabaret anyway. So we're all right all around at the moment. And the Saturday has just started, so we hope that will pick up nicely and we'll gain its sort of regular crowd there. We don't have a regular crowd on a Saturday yet. We do have one on Friday, so that has to build over a period of time, you know.
Yeah, which I think it would build anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, let me take you back to your Uber thing there that you were talking about and your tips and what have you.
Yeah.
So who was asking about tips? Are they saying, oh, I bet you don't pay tax on your tips? I bet you get something like that, do you?
We get that all the time.
Yeah,
we get that all the time.
Tell them to mind their own bloody business.
You don't pay tax. Me, and everything else. Excuse me. Yes, we do, because once we get a job in, then we get what's known as a service charge.
Yes.
What would start as, like, say for example, for argument's sake, as a £3.50 delivery, but they would take 25% of that £3.50 off of you for what's known as service charge, so us to actually go out and do the delivery.
Right.
So which will then take the price down to an actual taking home of like £2, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's where the service charges come in.
Oh, yes.
Taxes come in. Everything.
I have no doubt in my mind you're all paying tax because none of your jobs are cash, are they?
Exactly. It's just like there are some people out there. Now, this is where it winds the livers up out of me. That will have 2, 3, maybe 4 different phones, and all 4 of them, or all 2, 3 of them, will have either a Just Eat account on it where they do deliveries, or they will have a what's known as Uber Eats account. So
what's wrong with having both?
It takes the staff of like other people, i.e. myself. I've had one shift last week with like Just Eat,
right?
And Uber Eats you can go on any time you like, but Just Eat they got to give you an actual shift, so it's like a 3 to 4 hour shift,
right.
and more people that had more accounts, they're taking that work from people that's only got like one account, one phone, etc., etc.
Okay, so why don't you do the same? They're only trying to make a bit more money, aren't they? It's not like they're taking the job from someone else. You know, you could be doing the same thing.
The thing is, it comes back to, Chris, this background check that I was saying last time, where I said about us having background checks.
Is that the child thing? And what's that called?
Yeah, the DBS.
DPS, yes.
Yes. See, where you've only got one of us, one person, they're going to need photographic pictures. The only way you can do that is either getting someone else to sign up and then you do the work and then the money go into their account.
And do people do that, do they?
Sometimes they do, sometimes it's... Yeah.
Oh, that's a problem, isn't it?
Exactly, and that's where the problem is and everything else.
Yeah. See, going back to that tax thing, I have no doubt in my mind, you only get your money from the company, right?
Exactly.
So it wouldn't be you avoiding the tax. It would be the company. The company who fills it at their end and then passes on what it says it passes on to you. But we can't say that because, I'll be honest, I'm not really that interested anyway. You know, what Uber Eats or anyone else gets up to. To be true, you know, it's nothing to do with me, really. So, What was that? Did you just fart down the telephone?
No.
Was that your laugh?
No, it wasn't my laugh.
Oh, that's a bit
I don't
worrying.
know what the hell it was.
Right, I'm going to go now then, mister.
Okay, Chris, you have a good show. I'll be listening in and speak to you soon.
Thank you very much for calling in. Bye-bye, Matt.
Bye.
There we are, Matt, talking about the old Uber Eats. And can you believe another super chat has come in of £2 again from Mark. From Mark Jones. Thank you very much. He sent a £2 PayPal over to me. Thank you very much, Mark. You seem to be increasing slowly as time goes on. Thank you, Mark. All righty, 0208 144 3477 if you want to give us a call on our show tonight. United Kingdom Talk coming to you from our luxury waterside media centre in Chapel Hill in Lincolnshire. We're going back to this story here about cameras in hotel rooms. And, hang on, Daniel Woodhouse is calling in now. Are we ever going to get to this story? Maybe not. Good evening, Daniel. How are you?
Evening, Chris.
Did you have a nice time at the karaoke last night, lovey? You were very popular, weren't you?
I think the most important thing was...
Yes.
I was actually more accepted there, I think.
Accepted
it was not
for
Romford.
what?
Well, I mean, just for being who I am. You know, I mean, if that had been some, like, Romford gaff, it would have been like, who was
What's that
he like?
whistling
and all
going on?
And so my smoke alarm has just gone on. Would you just hold on a minute?
It all happens here, doesn't it? Is this the smoke alarm? Oh, don't say that's gone wrong again. Do you remember when he used to call in and this smoke alarm was bleeping constantly? Dear me, what's happened now? Is it your toast? Hello?
Oh.
Are you dead?
Hello.
Oh, thank God for that. I thought you died. I thought you'd caught fire. You know?
No, it's the corn.
Huh?
I'm having corn.
Corn?
I better just open this window.
Well, how do you cook that then?
Yeah. Well, you get these kernels, you see, and then they go in this very large cooking pot,
Right.
and then they crack, and then they go up, and then.
Oh, God's sake, just put it in the microwave. Mucking around with
We
all
haven't
these
got a
gadgets. Corn on the
We ain't
cob
got one
goes
of
in the
them.
microwave. No butter required, just eat the corn. Oh, I
I've
can't get
had,
comfortable.
yeah, I mean, I do get the microwave popcorn
Do ya?
sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's, gram for gram,
Yes.
it's a little bit more expensive in the long run.
Have you ever tried to dry your hair in the microwave? That's quite quick. You should try that. But you have to push your finger where the lock thing is. Otherwise, it won't come on properly. You have to push the little safety catch off first. Yeah.
Yeah.
If this was the BBC, right, I would now flash a little message across the bottom of the screen. Please do not try this at home. I mean, why do people even need to be told that? Are they that thick that they try it? And the answer to that is yes, they are. People see stuff on the telly and they immediately... It's like these dickheads who read stuff on the internet. and immediately they think that's how something is. God, madness, mate. There's a bloke on that, and on a more serious note, I noted there was someone, I think he's a news reporter or something like that, and he got lymphoma, cancer of the blood, I think it is, and he was diagnosed with that, and the doctor said to him, whatever you do, this is before all his treatment, he said, whatever you do, do not Google what you've got. And the doctor told him that, and eventually he ended up having something like 100 chemotherapy treatments, so much stuff he had done to him. And you see, you would just worry. And I'm of that opinion as well. You know, don't Google stuff, because you often find stuff that couldn't be further from the truth. Or perhaps it is the truth, but if you find it out, you'll just start worrying about it. Do you know what I mean, Dan?
Yeah, well, that one about the truth hurts and all that.
The what?
What they say about the truth hurts.
The truth hurts. Yes, it does. Mm. Anyway, get on with it, dear.
And again, I've got one to make up stuff, really.
Mm. I wondered why I couldn't hear you properly. I haven't got a speaker. Carry on.
That was just me. I had to put the phone down where I tipped the call in its serving bowl.
Did you get home all right? Did you get any action on the train at all on the way home?
No, nothing happened on the train at all. I was just got on it straight through. And I was actually home right at the time, because you finished about 15 minutes before 11.
Yeah, yeah.
And I got home just at the moment that you cut the show off.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So just an hour it took. That's all it was.
Yeah. Well, I think you might have a little bit more luck if you're gay, maybe. You know. I mean, we always used to manage to pick up on trains or something like that. You know, if you just go in the carriage, sort of where the toilets are, just hang around there. That usually works quite well.
Well, I tell you what happens with me on the train is that I normally, these days, I just drift off to sleep.
Yes. I thought you looked rather drifted off last night. You had all those people around you last night, and you're sitting there tapping away on your little phone, weren't you, my love? There were people there that would have spoken to you, but you cut yourself off.
The trouble I had last night, Chris, I have this trouble everywhere I go.
The trouble you were having last night was getting that blooming gherkin in your mouth. Did you order that, or did it just come with it? Look,
no, it was part of the burger.
Was it? And
oh dear, it fell in the mayonnaise.
I saw you struggling with it was about 4 inches, and it was a great big thick gherkin. And you said you just said it was with the burger. Well, the burgers I have, they might have a slice or two of the gherkin, not a bleeding whole one. Are you sure they didn't make a mistake with that? Did you order extra gherkin? Most people order extra chips.
It's Daniel Woodhouse. They must have thought, it's Daniel Woodhouse, so he'll make a comedy thing out of it.
Yeah, well, it worked. It worked. You had a good time though, didn't you, darling?
Yeah, well, absolutely. But what I was saying was, Chris, the trouble I have in these places, I don't know whether it's my ADHD or what is it, but it's being able to communicate with people. I cannot, if there's loud music coming out of speakers, I cannot seem to talk to people properly. Yeah. Because I think they're not going to understand me properly, and then so I think you know, I can't really start saying it. Whatever I say has got to be brief and all that.
Yes.
So I always feel a bit awkward in that sort of situation.
You said the word brief then, and I don't know why a picture in my mind came through of you in a set of white briefs, and I feel a little bit ill, to be honest.
So I've never had them.
Do you not wear briefs? Well, have you got boxer shorts?
I've just got ordinary pants.
Oh, have you? Yeah. I don't think Mark Bowles wears anything like that. Just the grey track is perfectly acceptable. I don't think they sort of suit you somehow, but you know.
Well, something that slides over
anyway,
me a little bit.
Anyway, carry on, dear. We're listening. Everyone's listening. You have millions of people listening to you around the world at the moment, my darling.
Yeah, and all I have is just some actual pants that are just tight enough to just come over me and stay there, be nice and stable. You know, they won't slip off at the most inappropriate time.
No, I hope not.
And then,
well, yes, you weren't. Can I ask you, before you come next time, you need to watch some videos of Wigfield's Saturday Night and get the dance correct, darling. There
Ah,
was
well,
a
now
couple
with
of
that,
comments made last night. They like you and everything, but he didn't have the dance right. Apparently, I can't remember the dance. It's years since I stood on a stage doing
well,
agadoo, and I used to do all that at people's weddings. I'd come in front of all my DJ gear, put that on, and teach them the dance and what have you. But I can't
yeah,
remember how it goes now, so don't ask me.
yeah. Everyone's done agadoo. It's it's that sort of thing. Yeah, you do it at weddings,
Yes.
and bat mitzvahs and all that sort of thing. But if someone played it at home suddenly on the radio, you go,
Yeah.
bro, what's that shit?
And
Yeah, I'm not putting
and
up
the
with
birdie
that.
song. Do you know the birdie song?
Oh, God. Well, out of the birdie song. Now, funny enough,
Yeah.
I'm sure at Mum's still got the record, the 7-inch ring record of it
Really?
up there. But we had it for the B side, you see,
What was
which
the
was
B
called
song?
Mellow Terrain.
Oh, I don't know that. Can you sing it for
Yeah,
us?
just look it up on Google. That the B side of the Birdie song was called Mellow Terrain. And it was
Mellow
just some like
Terrain. Oh,
yeah, that's terrain as in TRRAIN.
right. And
Yeah,
who's that
and it
by?
was
Who did the birdie song?
well, I don't know really, but oh no, but Mellow Terrain. It was something like da 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 da. It was like, I think that music. I listen to the music that's appropriate for the mood that I'm in.
Right.
I mean, most of the music. If I was to play you the whole Dan Woodhouse Wall of Sound, most of it, Chris, you'd think, what the is that?
What the hell is
I've
that?
I've never heard that one, because it's all just music that's just been like culled off. Well, a lot of it is actually really television music.
Is it?
A lot of it stuff. Oh, it's a lot of it stuff that you wouldn't even know
Yes.
of.
Yes.
There's programs I've known over the years that there's even there were bloke Simon Etchell.
Simon what?
Simon Etchell. He wrote a lot of this television music.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. Wait for that to build to speed. Okay, looks like we're back on there. Sorry about that, everyone. We had a little technical difficulty going on there. We are back. We are back in full colour. Dan is still on the line. Dan didn't get cut off. It was just the broadcasting that went a bit wrong there. So, Dan, what were you just saying there? What were we talking about?
Simon Etchell and his win a fortune, lose a million. And...
I've never heard of his name. Never heard of him.
Yeah, I know. I keep seeing his name has come up on many other shows, but yeah, he did lose a million.
Yes.
So they'd ask a question like,
lost a million what?
No, it's just called Lose a Million.
Oh, that's what it's called, is it? Okay.
Yeah, well, in the first round, it was just get as many answers wrong as you can.
Right.
Things. Oh God, I don't know. Like, what did Cleopatra get to bite her on the bosom? And someone just said, "Oh, a rabbit."
I don't think that's something I'd like to do. Bite anyone on the bosom.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've just got a £2 super chat in from Matthew Van. Thank you very much, Matthew. Sorry about a little technical difficulty there, gang. I did notice we'd gone off. If that ever happens, just stay put and give us 10 minutes. If it's not back in 10 minutes, it usually won't be back.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Anyway, carry on, dear.
Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was in round two. It was one of the two. It was like the two on his mastermind. It was I have to answer the question before last.
Yes.
And then in round three, it was an option of a 2-answer question.
Right.
One is right, one is wrong, and you've got to hopefully say what the wrong answer is.
Yes. Yeah,
but they were very evenly balanced, fluky questions. You could call them.
Fluky questions. Yeah, fluky questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he did this. There was that, and there was another bloke, Keith Strachan.
Right.
Yeah. He did a lot of the Celador programs.
Yes.
Everybody's Equal.
Right. Everybody's
That
equal.
was
Yeah.
Thames production. And that was the one where you get 200 instead of contestants. You got the audience as the contestants.
Is it? Oh, I don't know that one.
Yeah,
Don't know
200.
that one.
Yeah, an audience of 200. And you can look at this up after the show. You'll see it is there. It is from 1989. And you've got 200 people in the audience, and you keep asking them questions.
Yes.
And whoever gets the question wrong, then they go out. In the
So you're very big on all
these.
these quiz shows, aren't you? You know all these quiz shows, don't you?
When I was a kid, that's all we had.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't think I watched bloody Neighbours, did you? Oh,
Well, it's
God.
much. Oh, wonderful, dear. Wonderful. Oh, I don't watch that anymore. I stopped watching that when Helen Daniels died. Helen Daniels was in it, wasn't she? Anyway,
So,
listen, I've got to read some of these messages now. All right, my darlings.
yes.
People have been
I've got to
waiting
eat
away.
the call.
Thanks for calling in,
Yes.
Dan. Bye.
See you next in the week. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. There we are, Dan calling in there this evening, gang. Let's read some of these messages out for you then. Sorry you've been waiting a little bit longer. If I'm in a call, I try to give them my full attention. Mark Bowles says, I'd like to have a go at hacking you anytime you want, anytime. John Parrish, your pilot light was struggling to ignite the heater. Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think the gas, if you're away a long time and you turn it off, which I always do, you turn it back on, I think the little pipe fills up with air. You have to sort of pull it through by just simply turning the thing on. Mark Jones says, I hope you're well. It's good to hear the beautiful Ronnie. Must say, I do miss you when you wasn't here. Thank you very much, Mark. It's very kind of you to say that. All right. Hello to Finn. A very good evening to Finn. Texting in this evening. Good evening to you, Finn. Hope you're well. Scott Walker in the house. Good evening, Scott. Could you wish my parents, Kath and Butch, a happy 40th anniversary? So, Kath and Butch, happy 40th anniversary to you. When you grow too old to dream, the anniversary wars with you. Is that the right words? I'm not quite sure about that. But Kath and Butch, I hope you're still with us. Sorry about the wait there. We had a little technical thing going on there. Kath watches the shows, and that's from Scott Walker. Thank you, Scott. Happy anniversary. 40 years, gosh. I think I managed 40 minutes with someone once, Kath. About 40 minutes. I think that was my longest ever relationship, 40 minutes. But I hadn't met Mark Bowles by then, had I? You see, that's the thing, isn't it? Oh, I haven't shown you a little picture of Mark today, have I, darling? Which picture have we got of him today? Let's have a look. There we are. I think it's the one with the love hearts. There it is. There it is. What's one of my favourite pictures of him? Looking like he's about to mug you. Doesn't Thank you, Mark, for that. And thank you to Scott Walker. Hello to Peter Lake. Good evening, Peter. All well here, thank you, Peter. And Paul in Cornwall is there. Good evening. It's hot and muggy today in Devon. His computers are all been fixed now. Excellent. Glad to hear it, sir. Glad to hear it. Okay, let's go back to this story about the cameras then, shall we, my loves? And what they're saying is that there can be cameras in your hotel watching you. Watching. And it says, take a fire alarm, for example, placed right over the bed. One way to see if the device is a camera is to shine a bright light at it. Now, did you know this? I didn't know this. If you hit a camera lens, it's going to get a bluish reflection. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm going to try that now. One moment, please. Let me bring up a little light on here. Let's see if it's... I'm just going to shine a light into my camera and see if it... I don't know if that's blue or not like that. Is that blue? That count? What about that one? It don't look blue to me. I think that's a load of old pony. Really? I don't know. If you hit a camera, it's going to get a bluish reflection. Well, I don't go along with that. It didn't look blue to me. You can test this by shining a light at your phone and seeing how the camera looks when it's placed under a flashlight. Oh, wow. That's interesting. He explains in his video, this is a TikTok video he's got, he also shows how alarm clocks can actually be hidden cameras. Oh. I mean, why would anyone want to watch people in a hotel room? It's beyond me. And if you want that sort of thing, you just type in certain websites and they come up. You don't need to be spying on anyone, do you? Anyway, this bloke explained the alarm clock is mirrored, but if we shine a bright light at it, we can see through the glass and see that there's a camera there. Marcus revealed USB chargers can have tiny cameras in them. Mounted inside, you can spot the pinhole lens by shining a light on it. He keeps going on about this shining lights on things. Let me get a torch and I'm going to what have I got to do to my phone? What is he saying? I can't find it now. You could shine a light at your phone and see how the camera looks when placed under a flashlight. All right, I'll do that now. 1 minute. We have many torches here. Standing by for a power cut. So what have I got to do? Type this in. Oh, well, that kind of shines a bit. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, are you? That's kind of got a little bit of a blue. Yes, you can. Look, look. That has got a little bit of a blue going on there, I must say. Okay, fair enough. Well, I think I need some new batteries for this now. Oh, Christ, that's a bit dim, isn't it? Blimey, that's dimmer than Gemma Collins doing an interview. It really is. He says the cameras are so small you can see, so they can be hidden in everything, even a hole in the wall. He showed how the fire alarm is a hidden night camera, and said if we use the front-facing camera, we can actually see the LEDs. I don't know, cameras in hotel rooms. Have you ever sort of experienced a camera in a hotel room or something like that? I don't think it really bothers me. Do you? John Parrish says that most modern TVs have built-in cameras. That's right. Yes. And again, you wouldn't know if that had been turned on. It's like the cameras in the phone. You know, cameras and the microphones in phone. Perfect way to bug you. How do we bug the population? Get them all to buy a smartphone. Just because it says on your screen that you've turned it off. How do you know? How do I know that someone from Apple or the government is listening and watching our show through my mobile phone, which appears to me to be switched off? You don't know. You don't know. Someone could be watching and listening through this phone now. Because I haven't sussed out yet. They're that thick, they're watching it on the phone and haven't realised all they've got to do is log on to YouTube. Peter says Big Brother is watching you in the hotel room and Big Brother is watching you in the toilets. And the hotels, probably he is. I shouldn't worry too much about it. I don't think it goes on very much, do you? I'm sure it doesn't. What else have we got on our list of things to chat about? Oh, yes. Do you or have you ever lived in unpleasant housing? Now, I've got a picture here of such an unpleasant house. So it says. This was a story about a week or so ago in the Daily Mirror. Now, there's a house. I've got to be honest, that's not the worst I've ever seen. It doesn't look too bad to me. That being said, I wouldn't want to live somewhere like that now. I wouldn't want to live in a flat again, you know. But something like that, to me, is... it's okay, isn't it? But that's the picture that they had in the Daily Mirror. However, it does say residents in a filthy... they're talking about this place here that I'm showing you on the picture there. Residents in a filthy London social housing block say drug users and dead mice regularly show up in its dilapidated halls. Don't look all that, does it, eh? Regulators said Gladstone House in Mitcham, South London, which is not an area I'm that familiar with. I've driven through it many times. I don't really know it. They say it was fit for purpose in August, but the reality is something completely different. So the regulators have been round there to see this place. The reality say people living in the block say broken doors allow trespassers to come and go, and have also reported broken pipes, broken heating and leaks. Have you lived in some... or maybe you do now. There's got to be someone watching this show today who lives somewhere and they really hate it for some reason. Do you? This lady who's 76 said the worst thing I ever did was move here. She said the door's been broken for about 7 years. She's 76 years old, this lady. But it could be longer. They, Clarion... I guess that's the landlords, don't do anything about it. People sit out here and smoke their drugs. I get all the good and bad smells. I mean, that's just awful, that smell. If you don't like the smell of marijuana, right, it's horrible. And I can't bear the smell. And it hangs in the air. I've always got weed-smoking chavs walking around my house smoking this stuff. Not like outside the front door, but this smoke seems to travel. It does travel quite a distance. And it hangs in the air. It seems to hang rather than a cigarette smoke, which, you know, you get a sudden whiff and then it's gone. This marijuana stuff, it seems to hang in the air and drift. And it's there for a long time. It's horrible. Now, if you live in a flat, and perhaps you've got floorboards and there's someone underneath you and they're smoking this stuff, that's going to come into your house, isn't it? And it will stick, I suppose, to carpets and stuff like that. It's a horrible smell. It's like a sweet, sickly smell. Hazel's son lives next door. He says all the time the smell is so bad, Clive has to stand in the hallway and spray air freshener to try and stop it spreading into his home. You see, the air freshener stuff itself, I mean, that's just as bad. I can't stand that smell either. Too much of that. It doesn't always work. Have you ever used, like, you know, you've been in someone's toilet, right? And they've just been in there for number 2, okay? And then you hear, you know, you hear this flash, you hear the flush go, don't you? And it, pss, 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 you can hear pss, pss, as they're spraying away air conditioner. And then they open the door, and then you walk in, and the smell's even worse with the air freshener because it's all kind of mixed in. It hasn't got rid of the smell; it's just masked it, and you're breathing it in now. Oh, it's vile, vile. I won't go in the toilet unless there's a window open, darling. I'm sorry, my love. Anyway, inside her son's house, there's electrical wires open-ended as they stick out of the hallway ceiling. He said, I don't know if the wires are live, dead, or you know what. Well, what's you know what? They're either live or dead, mate. What's he mean by that? The thing is with these stories that they always put what's wrong with people on there, don't they? Do you know what I mean? What's wrong with the tenant? And this one's got COPD. The old lady's got something else. They've always put their conditions. Why do they always put their conditions? Clive says Clarion, that's the landlords, I suppose, should come out every year or once every 6 months just to have a look round and see if anything needs doing before it gets bad. They don't care. They just don't care. They just take the money, mate. Just take the money, I suppose, don't they? Hallways are reportedly full of puddles, and one floor had a gaping hole in the ceiling. Gosh. Another single mother, she was horrified after her little son found a dead mouse in the kitchen. Well, not pleasant, is it? But mice do happen in places. She says, I can't put mice traps down because my son will touch them. I was hearing this noise, but no one was believing me. Clarion said it was water. It's disgusting. Another lady, oh no, same lady, she's lived in her property for 6 months, but first encountered problems on moving day when there was no hot water or heating. Do you live in somewhere like this? I seem to remember a Japanese bloke who used to come in a black cap about 25 years ago. His name was Hiroshi, and he was a decent bloke. I think he was kind of being abused by an employer. Now, I don't mean touching abuse. That's not what I mean. Abused as in he was doing a job where he was very little paid and he was living in a basement. My mate, David, who was the other DJ at the Black Cap at the time, he told me Hiroshi once says to him, you know, when they were out, they saw like slugs or something like that. And he said, oh, I have those in my room. Slugs. Now, you don't have them in your room, do you? Only in damp places. And I think he used to live in a basement underneath this house which he worked for. Terrible. I can honestly say I've never really lived anywhere like this. I'm very fortunate. Our flat in Peckham, our masonette in Roehampton, they were all sort of fairly clean, nice places. We had a little bit of a minor silverfish issue in Roehampton for some reason. We always used to get silverfish in the corner at the bottom there, but that was about it. You know, we never had mice or rats or anything like that, really. She says part of her kitchen is not usable and some of the cupboards don't open and have no handles on them. Another mum of three who experienced issues with Clarion is a cash officer. When her drain became blocked last December, Suami had no choice but to wash her children in the kitchen, and toilet sinks are on the terrace, which went on for almost 2 months. It's not fair, is it, eh? It's not right. I told Clarion I have 3 young kids and I need to wash them. They said, OK, shower them in the sinks in your toilet and kitchen. Dreadful. Have you lived anywhere like this? the area Sadler Close is known as the Red Flats of Mitcham, occupied by both Clarion tenants and leaseholders. Gosh. And then, of course, they talk to Clarion, which appears to be the landlords from this story. You talk to them and they start whittering on about how much money they spend. Do you know what I mean? They always do that, don't they? They do that on the telly with the politicians, don't they? Oh, so how's it going? Well, actually, we're spending £1.6 billion, this, that, and they start coming out with those fractions and percentages. There's one on the telly earlier today. What was this on the telly now? Some they always go on about their blooming percentages. Well, actually, 16% of the people surveyed and all this old crap all the time, don't they? It's terrible, really. Do you live in somewhere like that? Give us a call and let us know. 020 8144 3477. Was it 9:30 already? That's gone quick, isn't it? Gosh, it goes so quick sometimes when I'm sitting here talking to myself. Or talking to you. The estate is in Mitcham, where I live. Who are you? Finishing 69. I don't know who you are. Mitcham is where he lives. Or he or she lives. I don't know who that is texting in there. Finishing 69. It's awful. To have a home that you don't really like. Gosh, it must be really awful. I've never really lived anywhere that I didn't. Yeah. Oh no, there was a short period in when I was married. We had a room in Earlsfield, and it was just like a room in a house, and that weren't all that. You know, it was all right. You know, it weren't any rats or anything like that. Have you got any rats in your house at all, George?
No.
No. Can't be very nice, can it, eh?
No.
You could eat them, couldn't you? You could cut the rats up into small pieces and put them on the end of your fishing line for the fish. Catch fish with them. Does that work?
Yeah.
Would that work? Or maybe
Yeah.
if you could actually get an actual live rat, attach it to a fishing line, put that in the water, you might end up with something big like a small shark.
I've been fishing today.
Have you? What did you catch?
Yeah.
Did you get any goldfish?
A cold. A cold.
Oh, a cold?
A cold.
Oh, you've got a cold, have you? What, in this weather? It's not even cold, dear. How can you get a cold in this weather?
It was a joke.
Oh.
Yeah, I caught some roach, perch.
Did you catch any goldfish?
No.
Angelfish?
No.
Do you ever catch tropical fish?
No.
I like all the pretty colours.
Yeah, there's one called koi.
Oh, right, yeah.
Koi carp. They got all different sort of colours on.
Have they? Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I just called in about when you was on about that flat.
Yes.
My sister's got the same problem.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because she had that fire, didn't she?
Your sister?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Go on. Tell us more.
Yeah. And of course, they're running extension leads all over the house.
Right.
Yeah, because they've only got they've got no electric upstairs. They've got no hot water.
Yes.
They've got houses. You can't use the garage because that's
Well, it's all burnt down, isn't it?
yeah. Well, it's not burnt down. You walk in and you can smell smoke. It's the next door. It's
I
burnt
wonder how
down.
you get rid of that smell. Maybe you never do. If you've had a fire or
Well,
something, I wonder how you get rid of that.
Well, basically, they're going to knock both sheds, well, the garage down, and we build it up, so probably that smell will go away.
Yeah, I think you can get rid of smells like that.
Yeah.
My mate who lives quite close to me, when he moved into his place, and the people before him, I think they were French, and I like to do a lot of cooking with spices, and no disrespect to them, but it stank. It stank of this like cooking smell. You know, there's certain types of people like to eat certain types of food, and it really has strong odours. In fact, when I do my chili stuff, my mate hates the smell, but it goes fairly quickly because I'm not doing it all the time. Now, you've got like a family who's there, perhaps cooking something with very strong spices. I think it gets into the wall or whatever. And this was what it was like when my mate moved into his place. However, within a week, he managed to get rid of the smell. He had he just kept opening the windows and had lots of plug-in things. And then when he eventually decorated, the smell just went completely, I don't know how easy it is to get rid of the smell of smoke and that. I just want to go back to one of these messages. Mitcham. Hello, Paul. Are you in Mitcham, Paul? I thought he was in Roehampton. Why did I think he was in Roehampton? Aren't you in Roehampton, Paul McIlroy? That's my nephew's best friend, I think. Yeah, Paul McIlroy. I thought you was in Roehampton, Paul. Oh. But that estate we're talking about is where Paul lives. Is it as bad as that, Paul? Terrible. Anyway, carry on, George.
Yes. So yeah, all the extension leads are running all over the place.
That's dangerous, isn't it? You trip over them.
No. What they've done is they've put it under the carpet.
Oh, that's never a good idea. Wires under the carpet, not a good idea. The trouble is, you see, you can't see if they fray. And if they fray and touch, you can have another fire in there. I mean, it wouldn't happen quickly, but nevertheless, you shouldn't really put wires underneath carpets.
See, I've got my...
right.
Well, I'm going to eventually I'm going to put my aerial one under the carpet because I keep tripping over it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, what I'd tend to do is put it around the carpet rather than under and across. Just go around the outside of the wall, even if you just like tack it above the skirting board. And here's a little tip for you: never use a gum stapler on wires, because it's so easy to misjudge it and go through the wire, and then you short it out and dangerous.
The problem with that is I've got no skirting because it's in the doorway.
I heard that you wear skirts all the time.
Oh, for God's sake!
Have you got mini skirts? I think Mark Bowles wants me to wear a little mini skirt, or Paul McIlroy, he'd like me to wear a mini skirt. Apparently, my nephew is not Paul McIlroy's best friend; it's his lover. I didn't know that. I mean, does Gary's wife know that? Does your wife know that? It all goes on there, George. It's not like when I was sort of their age in my 30s. It's not like that anymore. They just all go on with each other. What?
I'm going to get a message from Gary in a minute saying, "I didn't know you wear skirts."
Yeah. I think Mark Bowles would like to, or Paul McCullough, they'd like to see me in a little French maid's outfit or something like that, with suspenders and all that business. I mean, if that's what has to be, it has to be. That's all you can do. You have to. Yeah. If it's the only way, if that's the only way, then that's what I'll have to get. Something like that, George. Well, is that it then, dear?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for calling, George.
Yeah.
Have a nice evening. Cheerio.
Bye.
Bye, George.
Can I have it?
What?
Bye.
What?
I'm going to say, can I have a raffle ticket?
Can you have a raffle ticket? No, I haven't said you can have a raffle ticket yet. You have to wait until I say, would you like a raffle ticket? And then you text in. You know the rules. Same for everyone, darling.
Okay.
Bye. Love you. Scott says, thanks for the anniversary shout. Mum loved it. Good. Thank you, Scotty. I'm sorry we had a little bit of a cut off there. It just happens sometimes up here with the 4G internet. I'm not even sure it's the internet, actually. It's just how it is sometimes. John Paris has fitted a smoke detector with a built-in camera on our bank canteen as staff were stealing snacks who worked the night shift. Caught and fired 2 girls. What a cheek. They're nicking all the food. Dear me. Right, who wants a raffle ticket? Who wants a raffle ticket? If you want a raffle ticket, our next raffle is on Thursday show. There's no show Tuesday, okay? Because we've got great niece Olivia's funeral on Tuesday morning, which is at St Peter's Church in Woodall Spa. Actually, you know, anyone would be welcome to that. I gather it's sort of open. I'm sure I saw my nephew's wife put something like, you know, you would be welcome to come. So, so yes, it's great niece Olivia's funeral on Tuesday. So of course there'll be no radio show in the morning and no show at night. So the next chat show will be with you on Thursday night, okay? And when we have the chat show, we'll be giving away this, which I just happened to find in one of my drawers. As far as I know, I don't have any more left. These are the 2020 fridge magnets. We didn't do any this year because, of course, money's been a bit tight. I've had no DJing money coming in at all this year, all right? But I have found one of those, and that's the prize on Thursday. This week's prize... Excuse me, just a minute. Can I just have a little bit of water? That's better. This week's prize of 2 stickers was won by Jason Hughes, which, interestingly enough, I sent the prize. He wanted me to send the prize off to Rachel, and I, believe it or not, I posted the prize to Rachel at about 5:45 in King's Cross on Friday night, and she had them Saturday morning. How's that for service? 12 hours later, she had her little lot of stickers, and she sent me a little message. Have you sent me stickers by accident? No, it wasn't an accident. Someone sent them to you, darling. All right? So if you want a chance to win that, you'll need a raffle ticket. Text me now and say, raffle ticket, please, and I'll give you your raffle ticket number. Send your text, please, 07451 287 337. All you've got to do is say, raffle ticket, please, and I'll give you a raffle ticket. I also give out raffle tickets on my radio show in the morning. What happens with that is I say, anyone want a raffle ticket, ask now, and you then have 10 minutes to ask, okay? If it goes over then 10 minutes, you're too late. You know, if your text don't get there, oh, but I sent a text, unlucky, it's just how it is sometimes, all right, darlings? All right, but I'll be on there tomorrow morning, okay, just after 9 o'clock on reachonair.com, and you can have another raffle ticket then if you're around, all right? So let's just do some of these tickets. There we are, Scotty Walker Boy. Thank you, Scott. Oh, I've just torn the ticket now. Oh, I've broken the ticket. Let's throw that one away. Right, pull out another load. Who wants the tickets? Tickets, please! Tickets, please! Scott Walker, 356. Scotty boy. Thank you, Scott. Scott Walker, 356. Jason Hughes. Ticket number 357. George Bond, ticket number 358. Do you know, I haven't been checking my emails. I've got to check the emails in a moment. Gary Ross, ticket number 359. Thank you, Gary. Diane Jebb, ticket number 360. There's all these ones here, see? Write your numbers down, gang, because when we do the raffle, we only read the numbers. It's up to you to claim, all right? And don't claim unless you really know it's your number. Don't claim on the off chance that it might be your number, because you get barred from the raffle then, because that's an illegal activity, darlings. And there will have to be pain and suffering given out, usually by the delightful Mandy Davenport. He's always standing there ready with her whip. Don't muck around while Mandy's around, I'm telling you now. Thank you, Gary. Diane, did we done Diane? Did we do Diane? Yes, 360 for Diane. Thank you, Diane. Sherry, there's our Sherry Parish. Ticket number 361, Sherry. Okay. John Parish. Ticket number 362 for John Parish. Ticket number... Finn. Ticket number 363 for our Finn. Thank you, Finn. 363. When was the last time you was with us? It was last year. Was that before I had my head problem? Was it? When I had that depression bout? Was it? I think it was way before that, wasn't it, Finn? Around about October last year, that was. Was it? It must have been. I think it's about... Almost must be a year since we see you, Finn. I do remember, yeah. Hello, Finn. Paul McIlroy, ticket number 364. Paul McIlroy. Are you staying up here, Paul, or what? You know, it's very, very busy at Gary's house. I mean, there's space here. if you need to stay here, you know, my bed, living room is available to you. Got a lovely, comfortable settee on there. Of course, if you're not comfortable enough on there. Colin Keenan. Hello, Colin, my friend. 365 for Colin. There we are. Anyone else want a raffle ticket? Speak now. You've got about 5 more minutes to ask for a raffle ticket. We've still got the phone line open if you want to call in. 0208 144 3477. Thank you, Mandy. There's Mandy standing by, you see. Mandy's ready. All she has to do is hear that. She's paying full attention, Mandy. She hears every single word I say, which must send you to sleep, to be honest. If I was watching my own show, I'd fall asleep. I'd absolutely fall asleep. I really would. All right. Okay, let's do another story here. 0208 144 3477 or the text number up there 07451 287 337. Anyone else want a raffle ticket? Speak now, because we're about to stop that, okay? Electric cars. I really want an electric car. Funnily enough, Paul McIlroy, who's with us tonight, was thinking about electric, I think, and I think it's going to go hybrid. I've got a hybrid at the moment. I do really well with miles. I have to tell you, coming from King's Cross up here, it's about 125 miles, 62 miles to the gallon. I get on that. I'm an economic driver, okay? I rarely put my foot down, very rarely. Motorways, 60 mile an hour. I'm quite happy sort of sitting there. Funnily enough, the old sat-nav last night was telling me I would get here at 2:22 last night. Okay? That's going at sat-nav speed, so that would be 70 mile an hour on the motorway. It wouldn't be faster than 70. I was doing 60, driving carefully, 55 in some places. And I got up here at 2:29, you know, which is like, what's that, 2:22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is 7 minutes longer than the sat-nav. And for that, the car gave me 62, was it 62 or 67? Actually, I think it was 67 miles to the gallon. And I've got a big car. It's a RAV4 Toyota hybrid. I wanted to get an electric one next time, but I'm not so sure now. I can see lots of charging places up and down the country now. All the garages have got them. Loads of the garages have got them. And they're in other places. Shopping centres, car parks, supermarket car parks. Right? And I didn't quite look into the whole charging thing. There's chargers and there's chargers, you see. 7 kilowatt chargers tend to be the ones they have in supermarkets. Well, if you want to plug into one of those, it's going to take you a few hours to get any sort of decent charge in there. What you want is the 50 kilowatt chargers or 100, you know. And they're not so prevalent. Not yet. Another couple of years and we'll be laughing. So I don't think it's quite time to switch yet. Not only that, but the electric cars we have at the moment, and there's some very good ones. Volkswagen seem to be way ahead. I think Kia, Skoda. I really like the Skoda one, right? But they're very expensive at the moment, 30 grand upwards. I think there's one that's. I think the cheapest Skoda one is 32. You know. And I think again, given a little bit more time, we're going to see much cheaper electric cars, maybe coming out of China. You know, I've seen a particular car in China which looks interesting. It's like a minibus. Quite like the idea of driving around an electric minibus. I don't know why. There's no one to sit in it. Maybe I could take my great nieces and nephews out. You know, something like that would be quite fun, and have them playing around in a bus of a little minibus. There's a Chinese. I can't remember what it's called now. Let me look it up for you. Modular electric modular thing it is. X-Bus. I think it's X-Bus. Hang on. Is it X-Bus? No, that's not it. Hang on a minute. Is it X-Bus? Yeah, there it is. There it is. Now, I didn't screenshot a picture of this. Now, I'm going to show this to you on the phone. I'll take a picture of it and I'll show you. Look. This is the X-Bus. and you have it built for you in whatever way. There's many different options. This is just one of the options. This is electric. I don't think it's quite out yet, but you can order it now. Come on. Oh, come on. Why won't that turn around now? Oh, 1 minute. What's wrong going on here? Is that it? Oh, my phone won't turn. Why won't that turn now? Oh. Well, you'll have to just do it like that. There you go. That's the X-Bus there. Now, you might think that's ugly. I quite like that. Very square, isn't it? All electric. So you could have that one. And different colours. Oh, here's the one for me, Paul. Look at that. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. And you don't necessarily have to have the bit on the back. You can have it like a pickup truck. They do yellow. And it says the X-Bus is the most innovative and modular light vehicle in the world. Generates a daily range of 200 kilometres. I don't know what that is in miles, 200 kilometres. Its maximum range without charging with full battery and solar modules is over 600 kilometres. Now, that's got to be about 300 or 400 miles on it. It says it's got 10 modular and interchangeable bodies. It can be transformed into a convertible, an off-roader, box body, station wagon, pickup or van, and camping bus in just a few steps. You see, you know, Paul, you were talking about having an electric car, and you've got family, haven't you? So something like that, you know, with all the little people in the back, preferably in a small cage. So that they don't annoy you. It says it's permanently electronically controlled all-wheel drive. It's app-controlled communication system, as well as optional features such as air conditioning, digital exterior mirrors. The X-Bus is set new standards. But here's the thing. I think the starting price is something quite low. Here we go. Price from £21,000. That's cheap. I don't know what you get for £21,000. That, I assume it would be the standard battery, so the lower mileage one. And all these things, you kind of add them on there. You can't buy just a car anymore. You remember the days sort of when my dad was buying cars and you went in and that's the car. Do you want to buy that or not? Now you go in and, well, that's the car. Do you want these stripes on it? Or would you like these wheels? Would you like this? And a little bit's on there all the time. And I never have those things. Very rarely do I have any extras, which pisses off the people trying to sell the cars big time. Because I won't have any of these extra bits going on there, you know. But I really like this little bus type affair. I don't know if it can go in my garage or not. But I don't think we're quite up with the chargers yet. You've got to have those fast chargers wherever you're going there. Paul says you can afford a Tesla. Don't be tight. I'm saving up my money, Paul, for when someone nice comes along. You know. Saving up my money. Just don't know what to do with it all. Do you like the idea of that? Would you like to? Can you see yourself in that? Maybe not the pink one, Paul. Little blue one or something like that. Eh? Take the boys off to the football match or something like that. Give all their mates a lift. That's the trouble. If you've got a big car, you become the driver, don't you? You know? Or perhaps I could, you know, this could be a whole new meaning to the word mobile disco, couldn't it? Eh? I could just get one of those, open up the side doors and start DJing or doing karaoke. Mobile karaoke nights. I don't know, something like that. Emails. Oh, I didn't get any emails. Oh, that's all right then. I haven't missed anyone out. Good. Anyway, that's that story there. So, on the subject of those electric cars, this is where we were getting to. You think they're going to do the roads good? According to The Sun, no. They think electric cars, okay, for the environment, good, because it's not banging out the pollution and all that. And before you say to us, but we get the electric from gas and coal. Well, yes, a lot of it we do at the moment, but that will change over a period of time. Eventually, it will be all windmills and solar and water doing all this stuff, and whatever else they come along with. Probably nuclear as well, which I'm not keen on nuclear, especially if you watch Chernobyl. Have you ever seen that? Oh, God, it's frightening, that is. Oh, it's awful, this radiation stuff. All those poor Russian people that died, saving you and me. They had to go in there, otherwise, God knows what would have happened. And I think there was one point I saw this film. Was it a film? There is a film, Chernobyl, which is Russian dubbed into English. But there is also series on Sky, wasn't it? A series on Sky. And these blokes, these Russian blokes, they've had the explosion and all that, and they go up there literally with brooms, sweeping this blue stuff. I think it's cobalt, but it's highly, highly radioactive. And they go sweeping this back into the reactor or whatever it is. Oh, it's just frightening. And they're only allowed to be up there for 10 minutes. Then that's it. They can't go back up there ever again. They've got various cancers over the years, because it's not instant. You know, when you finish the job, you don't get ill for a few days and then you're okay again. No, for the rest of your life, you are susceptible to getting all this radiation stuff. It's terrible, terrible. But there's nuclear, you know. And eventually, these coal and gas things, they will be replaced. So when these people say, oh, but the electricity comes from the coal. Well, yes, it does at the moment, but you've got to make the switch at some point, and it's a process that happens over a period of time. The Sun reports Britain's roads could be entirely gridlocked in 20 years due to electric car revolution, says a report. Experts claim more and more people will get behind the wheel because of the tax breaks on green-powered vehicles. Well, you don't think they're going to last forever, do you? Those tax breaks on those electric vehicles? Listen, mate, when they suddenly realise how much that is digging into the old car tax and congestion charges and all that, they'll start taxing those as well. I guarantee it. You're right at the moment. Get an electric car. It's very, very tax incentive for you to do such a thing at the moment, to buy an electric car. Going to cost you a lot more money. Wait a few years and I'm sure the prices will come down. You'll be able to get an electric car for maybe about 10 grand. I reckon. It's all about making more of them, you know. But eventually, those taxes that you're paying on the petrol will have to be got from somewhere else. Otherwise, how are they going to fix the roads? It's not always going to be free, but at the moment, it's a pretty good deal. Experts are urging ministers to overhaul vehicle excise duty as the only way to avoid a crisis. Here we go. A document for the Tony Blair Institute. Oh, not him again, dear. Don't he look old now? Oh, he looks as rough as anything, doesn't he, old Tony Blair? A document from the Tony Blair Institute for Global Change predicts the cost of the economy from traffic jams could balloon to £120 billion a year by 2040. Will you still be here? I hope to still be here. Possibly married. God knows who to. The XPM's lobby group says that on current projections, the average driver will spend 50% more time in queues within 2 decades. Listen, it already takes me 2.5 hours to do the 35 miles from Bracknell to King's Cross on a Friday night. The worst part of the journey is the Euston Underpass, where there is now 1 lane. And there's nothing I can do about it to get around it. I just get people saying, oh, why don't you find another way around it? Well, don't you think I've tried that, you idiot? The sat-nav would tell me anyway. Helpful people, don't get me wrong, you know, kind people say, oh, well, if you try this route here, listen, the sat-nav would have told me to go that route if it thought it was quicker. It's very good. While you're driving along, I use Waze, W-A-Z-E, on the old sat-nav. And if it sees traffic, it will try and get you around it somehow. And while you're on the journey, it often changes the route that it says you should go when it realises, hang on a minute, there's a bit of a hold up there, but that's quicker. Go this way, and it tells you. Nothing I can do about it. It says experts are warning the congestion crisis may snowball as wealthier drivers increasingly switch to electric, and also that will cause a problem with the money coming in as taxes, you see. The cars are exempt from vehicle excise duty, meaning diesel and petrol motorists face having to pay the bill. Gosh. So they reckon that as the electric cars get cheaper, more people will buy them, you see, or perhaps rent them or hire them, whatever. That's going to make the roads even worse. You can't win, can you? Never mind. We'll do one more story today. It's come from Vera. Now, Vera isn't with us tonight, is she? She's probably at work or something like that. Tin opener. See if we can help her with this, right? She's just got this new tin opener and she can't work it. Here's a picture. She says, for the love, do you know how to use this? I've spent 20 minutes trying to use it and I still can't open the tin. And I'm looking at this. I think, don't you have to... Anyone got one of those? Doesn't look like you can pull it apart sort of thing. I don't know how you'd do that. Doesn't it pull apart like a pair of scissors? And then that kind of makes a gap in between the thing that you then close on the tin? I'm not quite sure how that works, Vera. We'll see if anyone lets us know on that one, darling, all right? Okay, my love? Actually, we'll do another story just in case anyone answers that question for you, darling, okay? Very strange. Now, here's a worry for those of you that might like a little bit of a drink now and again. In the Metro, the chief executive of Britain's biggest wine company has told people to expect higher prices and empty shelves this Christmas. Now, I'm not a wine person. I'm really not. I'm not a lager person. I don't really drink. The only time I'll have a drink is a glass of champagne. Very, very occasionally, which I like. Or Prosecco. That's quite nice. The sparkling stuff, you know. But they're going to run short. Now, I don't know, how long does wine keep? I presume if you bought it now, it'd be all right at Christmas, wouldn't it? So if I were you, if you are a bit of a boozer, you like a bottle of wine or two, something like that, I'd get it in now. I expect some of you have already started doing that, haven't you? Getting in your Christmas stuff. Won't be long, you'll see those decorations. Anyone seen Christmas decorations yet? Anyone seen them yet? Christmas decorations anywhere? Name and shame the shop. Come on. I'm sure Sainsbury's Home Base in Bracknell will have their rather nice decorations of lights and trees out soon. Certainly a lot of garden centres put on the most brilliant Christmas decoration displays, don't they? There's one in Mablethorpe that Stacey and Gary and the children go to each year. You remember going back to last Christmas and the Christmas before, the opening video, you know, the opening video that comes on before I start wittering away about nothing. That opening video was both done at a garden centre. I can't remember the name of the garden centre now, to be honest. But you go in there and it's done so well in these places. Little models turning around, maybe a Father Christmas sitting somewhere in a corner, lights all over the place. I love it. We'll be seeing that soon. But it might be a good idea to get your wine in now. It says customers could find a national shortage of wine because of lorry drivers affecting what's on offer when the demand goes up over the festive period. Get it in now, cheap. Cheap now. Right? Retailers and supply and the chocolates, are they out yet? What we got? The roses, the heroes, the quality street. You know, you open the box, there's only 3 bleeding sweets in there now, isn't there? Not like when I was a kid. We had tins, dear, not plastic, tins. Retailers and suppliers across the economy are struggling to meet demand because of lorry drivers. Thousands of them have left the country post-lockdown. If you can drive a HGV lorry, you're in for a lot of money. I gather the HGV Waitrose drivers are on £53,000 a year. It's £1,000 a week they're getting. £1,000. I can only ever dream of that, dear. Some bloke told the BBC shortages, if they continue, could definitely impact Christmas. They're trying to get ahead of it, but it does depend on the situation for the entire transport and trucking industry in the UK. I mean, if you haven't got a job, it seems to me they're crying out for HGV lorry drivers at the moment. Not little vans, because anyone can go and hire a little van and drive it, can't they? You know. Amazon drivers. I've seen Amazon drivers. Some of them have got vans, haven't they? Not quite sure how they make ends meet. I don't think their money is particularly good, is it? Van drivers, the Amazon drivers. Now, why has that light come on there? Just a minute. Just had a light come on there. Oh, okay. Let's just close that. All right, phone lines are closed now, gang. Don't call in now. It won't ring. You'll go straight to an answer phone. But yeah, I mean, is it worth training as a HGV lorry driver? I would imagine there's a lot of people training at this moment because they've seen that the country requires HGV lorry drivers, and they see that the money you can earn. It's the only way to get a bit of money in the pocket, you know. It's no point going out and buying endless lottery tickets. You might win. Very unlikely, but you might. The amount of people that go out and spend 30, 40, 50 quid on lottery tickets every week, and they're not rich people. They think they're going to win. Admittedly, someone has to win, but it's very unlikely to be you or me. You might get a fiver here or a tenner there, that's about it. Paul says just get tins with ring pulls. What, tins of... Oh, can you get tins of wine as well? Oh, how awful. I know you can get boxes of wine, can't you? You can get those boxes with a tap on the bottom. Huh? Do you keep those in the fridge, or how does that work? I'm not a wine drinker. Not a wine drinker at all. Shania, here we go. Boxes of sweets are already out, she says. Wow. How many have you bought, Shania? Come on, be honest. Do you give them out at church? Shania is head of the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight, incidentally. Again. Do you give them out at church? The priest at the little... We have a very small Catholic church here in Woodall Spa. Sorry, just up the road in Woodall Spa. And the priest there gives out sweets at the end. You only get one. Tight-fisted old git. He stands at the back with this thing and he hands you one sweet. You don't put your hand in it. He hands you... He does the same at Easter. He hands you one Quality Street. If you go back in... round in the little hall that they have for events and come back through the church like that, come round again in the hope that he hasn't realised he's already given you a sweet. Tight-fisted git. Do you give out sweets at your church, Shania? Hello to Stephen Petty. Hello to you, Stephen. He says, I did some work delivering to Tesco stores on my lorry. Yeah, look at that, see? I don't know how much it would cost to train as a HGV driver. As I say, I don't think it's little vans they're after. You know, you'd need an awful lot of little vans to do the same work as a HGV, wouldn't you? I mean, I don't know. It's probably driving. Seems to be quite a lot of jobs out there at the moment, and of course, all the a lot of the hospitality jobs are in short of people, aren't they? Pub workers, hotel workers, that sort of thing. There's lots of jobs out there. I just get this feeling that people just don't want to work anymore. They want to sit on their fat, lazy arses and do nothing all the time and claim the benefits. I honestly, all those jobs out there, and yet I go around and all these people are out, oh, why aren't you at work? You know what I mean? You see the same people out all the time. Whatever. Shania says we've got them at church. We've got the boxes at church for our priest's leaving party. She's getting a new priest. Aren't you, my love? Her priest is leaving. Did you, as your head of the church on the Isle of Wight, Shania, did you get to choose the new priest as a matter of interest? You know, was that decision down to you, or is there a committee? Don't you love committees? Oh, God blimey. You never get anything done, do you? They all sit there rowing with each other in committees, don't they? I'm tempted to do another story now. I don't want to go now. I have to go at some point because I need a cup of tea. I've already had a banana roll for dinner, which is quite nice. Let me check. do me emails. Because there was a question someone sent in the other day. Oh, here it is, Rob Kershaw. Thank you, Rob. Now, Rob did send this in about 4 weeks ago. And somehow I missed it. And I spotted it the other day. So, Rob Kershaw, I don't know if you're with us today, Rob, but he says, could human gas or wind, however is the polite way to do it, be used to generate electricity? The amount of times humans pass wind in the world, multiple times a day, you could power the whole planet. Well, you might do, darling. Well, you might sit there farting away all night and all day. I certainly don't. I mean, the occasional one might slip out. Great nephew Harry is always very proud of his farts. He'll come over and pretend to be giving you a cuddle and fart on your lap. And then proudly, and then he starts giggling, saying, I just farted, Chris. No, really? He's very proud of that. Oh, dear. Shania didn't get to choose the priest. Why is that, Shania? Can't understand. Did Phil do it? Bishop Phil? She's camp, she isn't, that little pink hat, isn't she? Bishop Phil. Shania says she should take a full teapot into the spare room studio. Spare room? This is a luxury media waterside media centre. Spare room? Sorry, dear. Purpose-built studio. I'm speaking to him tonight, darling. How rude. I'm not being funny. The Sun reports. NASA's Perseverance rover succeeded. Okay? Right? Billions of pounds it takes to send a small little space-type probe to another planet. Billions of pounds. Right? I'm not being funny. NASA's Perseverance rover succeeded in its second attempt to scoop up a piece of Martian rock. For future analysis by science on Earth, probably. Its first earlier effort this month failed after the rock was too crumbly to withstand the robot's... Oh, it's starting to sound like British Rail now. Oh, it's the wrong type of snow. Wrong type of rain. But I'm not being funny, you know. Billions and billions of pounds to bring back a few stones. What's all that about? We could have all been given our own house with lots of land with the money they spent on that. Why would you want to dig up a piece of rock and bring it back? I don't understand it. It says data received on September the 1st indicates the process this time worked around. So there we go. Right, I think I'm going to go now. Yeah, I'm going to go now, gang. All right, now, tomorrow morning, I'll be on the radio. There we are. Tomorrow morning on there. Okay. Tomorrow morning, just after 2 minutes past, just after 9 o'clock, I'll be there for my little radio show. It's great fun. If you've never been along before, do try us tomorrow. Okay. Reachonair.com. You can listen on a smart speaker. And I love it. I absolutely love doing this little show in the morning. I have such fun doing it, and I'm buzzing afterwards. I tell you. That's where I am tomorrow. Reachonair.com. 9 till 10 o'clock in the morning. You can also listen on one of the many apps up there. All right, TuneIn is a good one. You can even just tell Siri. All you got to do is say, "Hey Siri, play Reach on Air," and she will burst. Oh, hang on a minute, just a minute. She's starting to do it now. No, don't do it, darling. And she just bursts into life. Your Amazon device can do it, but you've got to enable the skill Reach on Air. What? I can hear voices. Is that voices coming out of there? Or is that Gary mucking around with my bleeding security camera? Is that you, Gary? Did you hear him or not? Eh? That's my nephew. Can you? You can't hear him, can you? That's my nephew on the security camera outside listening to me. Right, I'm going, gang. Now, where's my music? Time to go. Thanks ever so much for those of you that sent in a little tip tonight. Ooh. Very kind of you to send in tips tonight. Can you just hit the little thumbs up, the like button? underneath the YouTube video just on your way out, and that would be much appreciated. As I say, our next chat show will be Thursday, okay? Thursday at 8 o'clock. Thursday night at 8 o'clock, all right? Thanks for watching and listening. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. I'm going to watch Casualty now, and I will report all about it on my Reach On Air show tomorrow night. Cheerio.